Hey guys, it's PhilosopherKing. How's it going? I'm leading Metagross. My opponent 7X is leading Gengar, and yeah, this is gonna be game one of a best 2 out of 3 series. 7X is a relatively new player, but is definitely a player to look out for. He definitely has a good comprehension of the metagame, so don't underestimate him despite his relative newness to the game. But anyway, I don't get too far behind. My Celebi encounters his Metagross. I don't like that matchup, so I go to my Coon. I take a Meteor Mash to the face, but that's okay. Coon takes it like a champ. I go to my Metagross in case the Metagross decides to boom, thinking the Suicune is a lot more valuable. But he goes to his Snorlax as I do that, so it worked out. I go for Meteor Mash, he goes to his Metagross. I'm locked into Meteor Mash, so that's not good. And I go back to my Coon, which takes an Earthquake. I go for Surf, he goes back to his Snorlax, and it only does 18%, so definitely some special defensive investment. I go to my Celebi, I take a Fire Blast, which I think was meant for the Metagross, but it does well against the Celebi nonetheless. I gotta decide whether I want to go for Leech Seed or Calm Mind. I gotta decide for Leech Seed, and that's the Doug trio is definitely why I wanted to go for Calm Mind and rather than Leech Seed, because now, even though the Doug trio is seeded, Psychic won't kill, and yeah, HP Bug goes off, does 77%, but he's faster than me, so he will take out the Celebi. So right away, 6-5 advantage for 7X. However, Leech Seed will kill next turn, so I gotta decide what poke I want to bring in to answer, and then when the Doug trio dies, we'll see what 7X wants to bring in to answer my Ments. He answers with Gengar, which is a fine answer. Not to be redundant, but yeah. Anywho, I bring my Starmie in. With Celebi dead, I'm going to have some trouble bringing in the Starmie, or excuse me, bringing something into Gengar, but Starmie is a good choice. I go for Psychic, trying to take it out. However, the Psychic comes across Metagross, which takes it like a champ, and so I'm going to have to get out of here. I go to my Metagross in case he decides to boom in anticipation of my Coon switch. But he goes back to Snorlax. As I do that, I go for Meteor Mash. It misses. Not that it would matter. The Swampert would resist it rather nicely. I go to my Coon, and he goes for Toxic, which is not a huge deal. Coon has rest, but it will force me to rest sooner rather than later. I go to my Metagross thinking 7X would know that this is not a good matchup, but he either just made a rookie mistake or he anticipated me going to Metagross and went for Earthquake, in which case that was a pro play, so I don't know which, but it worked out for him nonetheless. We get Starmie on Snorlax. I'm confident, since I've seen Fire Blast, that it does not have Curse, so I'm safe to stay in here. He keeps using Fire Blast, and I guess he really wants to hit the Metagross, but I'm not really in the mood to switch. Finally, he goes for Shadow Ball, and now I got to decide whether I want to go to Metagross. Here's the situation. If I go to Metagross and he decides to go for Fire Blast, then my Metagross is going to take a ton. But if I stay with Starmie, Shadow Ball is slowly going to whittle it down. So I eventually decide to go to Metagross, because it's not a winning battle I'm facing with the Starmie. And I make a nice play here. I go for Earthquake in anticipation of the Metagross coming in, and I take it out. So it's a 5-4 game. I'm in the lead. That was definitely a good thing, good way to get tempo back on my side. But I'm really caught off guard. 7X reveals a Jumpluff, which is technically, I think, in Advanced OU according to the Smogon tier, but I mean, you just never see it, and there's a lot of reasons for that. It's just, it annoys the crap out of things, which Leech Seed and stuff like that, but I mean, I think honestly Celebi is a lot better. Celebi can learn Substitute and Leech Seed, and even though Jumpluff is faster, Celebi is bulkier, so I mean it's it's nice to see some variety, but I wouldn't put that on my team. But it's cool nonetheless. So yeah, I'm taking my time here. I really don't know how I should approach this Jumpluff. I mean, I have Salamence, but I don't know exactly the moveset Jumpluff has, so it may even have like HP ice and just be waiting for me to do that. But then again, I just may be really overthinking it. So yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead here. Yeah, it took a long time. I actually do go to Mence. He takes the opportunity to sub up, and yeah, I don't want to get caught off guard with HP ice. So I go to my Coon just to see what's up with that. Shows me Sleep Powder, which misses, but didn't really matter. I'm poisoned, so it wouldn't do anything anyway. I go for Ice Beam, and I force him to use Leech Seed, which is good, since Suicune has pressure, and that forces him to lose 2 PP rather than 1, which is pretty crucial apparently, since he's using the whole Sub-Seed strategy. And I thought I would just Calm Mind while I'm in there, but Toxic plus Leech Seed brings me down to low health, and I can't rest because the jump off has Encore as well. So yeah, that was well played on his part. He hit that pretty well, and now my Coon is going to have a hard time coming in and recovering. I bring my Starmie in, and I use Recover. He uses Encore, which makes me have to use Recover over and over and over again, and I'm seated. And my goal is just to make him run out of Leech Seed PP. So yeah, I try to bring my Coon in and rest, but the poison plus the Leech Seed takes it out. So we're at a 4-4 game. I feel like I'm falling behind really fast, so I have to get some momentum back. I bring my Starmie in. He goes for Encore. I go for Psychic. Breaks the sub. He's going to get out of there. He goes to his Lax. I haven't seen anything that can hurt the Stormy. So yeah, I go for Psychic again. He goes for Fire Blast. I bring my Metagross in thinking he would boom there, but he didn't. He went for Fire Blast, and he's probably going to boom right now. And he does. So that's sort of adding insult to injury. So I went from a 5-4 lead to a 2-3 deficit. Not good, folks. Not good. I bring a Snorlax in, which normally at full health in this stage of the game, it would be really good. But Jumpluff is actually better than I expected it to be, and it's keeping me from doing anything with this Snorlax. I can't boom on the Jumpluff because he would just go behind a substitute. So yeah, my only hope right now is to wake up with this Mence, go for Dragon Dance, break the sub. At +1 I'll be faster, so you wouldn't be able to sub up. And so yeah, he would be forced to switch, and the only thing he would have would be the Swampert, which my Lax would be the thing that would take that out. So yeah, that's the plan. Take out Swampert with Snorlax and take out everything else with Mence. I don't have any other option. So yeah, I do Dragon Dance up. I do force the Jumpluff to switch. He brings in Gengar, fires it off, and yeah, now Swampert's in. I'm going to be forced to switch here. I'm not sure if bringing in the Gengar to die was a good idea. He may have wanted to keep the Gengar in so he can Wisp by Snorlax, but maybe he didn't know it had Rest. And I make a huge misplay here. I should have gone for Body Slam, but I went for Self-Destruct, and that took out the Jumpluff. Fine, that's all fine and well. But now I have no way to deal with the Swampert, and now I'm just going to die to Ice Beam. Unless 7X makes a bunch of misclicks, and that's not going to happen, I'm pretty sure. So 7X takes this first game out of 3, 1-0. I definitely had a chance to win that one, and I blew it. So hopefully the next few games don't go that way. But man, Jumpluff is actually really good. Yeah, it did its thing. It kept my team from doing what it wanted to, which is hit hard and hit fast. And yeah, Substitute Leech Seed, definitely a winning strategy for 7X. So good for him. But we got 2 more games. So here we go. Game 2 coming up.